Everyone loves a quick and easy dinner recipe, so let's get into how I made this one-pot Cajun chicken and rice. Honestly, it was to die for, and it only took me an hour and a half to prepare the entire meal, so let's get into it. In a separate container, I pre-mixed all my seasonings. For my seasonings, I used garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, chicken seasoning, all-purpose seasoning, allspice seasoning, Cajun seasoning, and cayenne pepper. Off camera, I went ahead and washed my meat and cleaned my meat. So now to my cleaned meat, I'm going to add a generous amount of oil because I believe it helps the seasonings to stick better. And then I'm going to go in with at least 80% of the pre-mixed seasoning, saving the rest for my rice. And then once I added my 80% of the seasoning, I'm going to go in with my hand and massage that thoroughly into my chicken, ensuring that every bit and piece of my chicken is properly coated. For my chicken thigh, I'm going to make sure I get under that skin and rub the seasoning again. Make sure every bit of the chicken is covered. So just insert one finger under that skin and make sure you massage the seasoning into it as well. Once you're done seasoning, your chicken should look like this or should be fully coated. Next to my frying pot, I'm going to go ahead and add a generous amount of oil once again. And then I'm going to go in and put my chicken skin side down. I'm going to fry those chicken to a crisp. Once they're all done, we're going to remove them from a frying pot. At this point, I realized that for the amount of people that I'm going to cook for, the pot is too small. So I went ahead and added the oil from the old pot into a bigger size pot. And I'm going to go in with my vegetables. I have onion, garlic, sweet pepper, thyme, and I added half of a Scotch bonnet pepper. I'm going to saute that down. To my sauteed vegetables, I'm going to go ahead and add my already washed rice to the pot, and then I'm going to add a generous amount of water to ensure that my rice will be cooked properly. Again, I used this one bowl, but I off camera added some more water to ensure that the amount of water to my rice ratio was correct. And then to that pot, I'm going to go in with the seasoning that was left over from the chicken. We're going to add that to the pot and we're going to stir that in. After doing that, I tasted my rice, which I do recommend you doing, and I realized that my rice was missing some salt, so I went ahead and added some salt to the pot. A lot of people, when they use powdered seasoning, they don't like to use salt, but after tasting mine, I realized that I needed it. To that, I also added some unsalted butter, and then once everything was in, the rice was seasoned, I went ahead and re-added my chicken to the top, and I covered my pot and let it cook for 40 minutes on a medium to low temp. And then once everything was done, it looked like this. And honestly, again, you can see it was such a simple recipe and it was so delicious. I do 10 out of 10 do recommend, and I'll be definitely trying more recipes like this. If it's not Cajun, I'm going to try a different style of chicken, but this recipe was 10 out of 10 would recommend. It's a recipe you can cook quickly, put it on the stove, let it simmer down, and you can do your other chores, but 10 out of 10 would recommend. Hopefully, you will try this recipe and let me know what you think. Enjoy!